Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Inform. We're going to learn more about what's in the Dubois County Museum in this edition of WJTS Inform. Joining us in the studio is Kathy Bachman. Kathy is a board member with the Dubois County Museum. She is also in charge of the PR. All right, Kathy.
The PR.
Just recently we had International Women's
Day, this week.
And so you're going to talk about women that are on display or women that have made significant things in the world and are on display in the Dubois County Museum.
That's right. And I brought my phone because I took some pictures at the museum and I wanted to get their names right. I just took recently a group of Brownie Scouts through the museum and I centered it on the women, and I was really surprised that they knew this one woman from Dubois County because she was a long time ago, a pioneering woman. So I thought, oh yeah, I need to share that with people. So I'm going to take you on a tour of the museum. Right away when we start out at the museum, there's a picture of the first white pioneers in Dubois County, as opposed to the Indians and Native Americans that live here. And her name was, believe it or not, she didn't have a first name, but her name was Mrs. McDonald. And I just came across a group one time when I was in there, and the lady said, I'm related to her. And I said, oh, really? She goes, yeah, that's my ancestors. Can't you tell by my nose? And then it was like the funniest little episode with those ladies. As you go around into the museum, the next, and we've got to go up here and make sure I get the names right. The next display is on Memorial Hospital. And so in 1951, the Little Company of Mary then started with Memorial Hospital, and it was the Venerable Mary Potter. And so she is on display there at the museum. And the Memorial Hospital donated a display to the museum for their first 20 years and the next 20 years. And so you can read all about the sisters there. And then as you go around, we see Mother Theodore. And Mother Theodore was, in the United States, the founding mother for the Sisters of Providence. And Father Kundek wrote to her and said, we need some religious down here to teach. And so Mother Theodore then came down and started teaching at St. Joe's Church with her Sisters of Providence. And so she is honored there. And as you go around the corner, right there by Mother Theodore is Ida Hagen. And a lot of people in Fernan are very much aware of Ida Hagen because of how the Fernan News has really put that up to the forefront. And Ida Hagen was a black woman, and she learned pharmacy from Dr. Woolman there, and then later worked in the post office. So that was very impressive at that time to have a woman in the post office as well as a black woman and a black pharmacist. So that's amazing with the history that we have with that. And then the next, I went through the sports, and I just find this little article so interesting. We have a woman that is a Hall of Famer. No, she's not from 1990. No, she's not from 1950. She is from 1923. She played basketball for Honeybrook High School for 4 years, and you're thinking, well, Title IX didn't come in till the 70s, but they must have had a club or a high school team in 23 through, maybe it was like 21 through 25. And her name is Ruth Heitmann Elliott. And she had the nickname Dribble. And she must have scored a lot of points, and she ended up in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. So we do have some information on Ruth at the museum. We also have a picture of Rear Admiral, I cannot say it, Admiral Ann Knable, that she helped with the cleanup at 9/11. And so we do have her picture and even her hard hat from 9/11 with her name written across the top, and she was a nurse, so that's how she got to be there. Also, we have a Navy uniform from Commander Hazel Callums, and she's displayed. But what I found fascinating with the Brownies, they latched on to this lady's picture that are in our Pioneer Women, which are, all over the ages. And I said, oh, who is that? And they said, well, that's Helen Rose. And I said, oh, you even knew her name. So I was impressed with them. And I thought, okay, I'll pursue this a little bit more. So I called Tom Callums from Ireland. And he said that Helen Rose was the principal there at Ireland High School. And she accredited the high school. And she went out on horseback to recruit boys to come to the school because the farm families were not sending high schoolers, because even my mother only went to 8th grade. So, it was unusual to have this lady principal, and she was recruiting people into the high school. So.
Interesting relationships of the women in the past of Dubois County, and significant, whether they're a woman or a man, the work that they've done and the things that they've done. And we can't forget another way to honor women in the Dubois County Museum, modern day women, would be the Athena display by the Jasper Rotary Club.
That's right, and we're so thankful for the Rotary to put that out there, and we did walk through there, and so thankful for Connie Noss to give us the display, her award, so people can actually see the very nice award that they are given. And the Athena then is on the recipients' pictures are on the walls, and it's very, very nice. Yes, yes.
So
really.
all of this is at the Dubois County Museum, but truthfully, it's just a little piece of what is in the Dubois County Museum, because there is so much. Somebody said the other day, I was talking to them, and they said, if you go to the Dubois County Museum, it really can be days that you can spend going back and forth, because there's so much on display there.
Well, that little brownie said, I could get lost in here and be left here overnight. And I said, no, you'll be okay.
The food you eat might be old. But well, Kathy, thank you very much for bringing that in. And just recently, we've celebrated International Women's Awareness Day and Week. And one way to honor women is to go to the Dubois County Museum and see all of that is on display.
Yes.
Kathy, thank you for coming in, joining us. Stop by the Dubois County Museum, which is really on the north side of Jasper. Park in the back.
704 North Newton.
Okay, and park in the back is always the best way, right? All right, and then walk around to the front and enjoy the Dubois County Museum. Kathy Bachman, thank you for being our guest. Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.